Not only that, then increasingly you're telling women to be the opposite of what I think men want, right? The opposite, maybe in the instant when men are not thinking with their big heads and they're saying, oh, whoa, she's out naked, great, I'm going to go for it. That might be what a man wants. But long term, that's not what a man wants. A man doesn't want a girl that's just going to be naked all the time and put herself out there available for every man to see.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Talk Podcast. So I want to talk about this short clip because I think in a few seconds, what she said, I definitely took the video out and just sliced it up on what I want to get. And I think what she said is true. It is 100% true. And if you would talk to men and ask men, whatever age group, this is exactly what they would tell you. They would tell you that they don't want to share their girlfriends, their wives, with the whole world. Your body, your nakedness should be secret and special only to him. A man is not going to take you seriously by you showing off your body, your nakedness, your booty, like doing all those crazy things that we celebrate nowadays in the name of empowerment, right? Women think this is empowering to be always showing themselves half naked, sometimes even completely naked on the internet when they're going out to party, all that stuff. It is not empowering. I really need to say it. It is not empowering. This is actually the best way to put yourself into a box, because now you're telling yourself the only way that I can get validation, the only way that I can get men's attention, the only way that I can feel important or special or show myself as a feminine woman, which this is not femininity at all, but the only way to present myself as a woman is when I take down my clothes. And that is completely backwards. But unfortunately, these are the times that we're living in. This is what older women who know better, who actually should know better, are teaching the younger ones. That's why you see a lot of the times you have girls in their early teens. It starts with 12, 13, up to, when they're 19, 20, 21, 25, and so on. You see them perfectly comfortable in being promiscuous and tapping into, corn. I think on YouTube, you're not allowed to say that word. I'm not really sure. I'm just, getting used to all those things. Nowadays, you cannot call things out by the names. Tapping into OnlyFans, tapping into, promoting themselves sexually on the internet, all in the name of empowerment, right? And on the other hand, when men are then sexualizing them and looking at them as, what you presented yourself as, it's an issue, right? Then the men are bad. Then they're evil. They're only looking at you in a sexual way. But the moment you do it and all your crazy girlfriends are hyping you up, oh, you go, girl. You look so pretty. You're a 10. Show that butt off. Yeah, that's so empowering. You're such a whatever. Then it's suddenly fine. Or the moment that they sexualize themselves and can profit from it, right? Men are then willing to pay money to see their bodies, and women are doing it. They're making money out of it. Then in that situation, it is perfectly fine, right? Like, this is hypocritical and it's completely backwards. But in the moment when you are a woman and you're actually trying to get into a relationship, a meaningful, respectable, guided, love-filled relationship, a committed relationship, working towards marriage, that type of character that you have, that type of persona and the way you present yourself is not going to help you, because everyone does it. We look at people and we judge them by how they present themselves, right? And you could be you could be the nicest girl. However, but that's not what we're seeing. If you're dressed like a stripper, people are going to assume that you are a stripper. If you walk and talk and act like a hooker, people are going to take you for that. That's just how it is. Life is very simple, but we tend to make things harder. We're creating more and more delusion when people, or men in that case, are going to say, this is what we want, this is what we respect, this is what we dislike. If you present yourself to us in that manner, we're going to take it and have fun with it, but we're not going to take it seriously. But we're forcing it on men to create this delusion of, oh, you're going to take me how I am, you're going to like me showing my butt off to the whole world, and you're still going to respect me as your wife, you're going to respect me as the mother of your children. Like, how does that make sense? What are we actually teaching young women? That it is good, it is great to show off yourself in that manner. They always hype other women up, right? Celebrating it, but no one is actually talking about the outcome. And when you follow along into that line and you're left alone in that situation and you're not getting what you want, where are all these women who are hyping you up, right? At the end, you're just signing up to be someone who's going to be passed around, left alone, and be in the same miserable state as all these other women. Go celebrate together. Isn't that actually heartbreaking? Reality of this is, most of these women who do this, they do it in the moment, they enjoy it in the moment, but long term, it doesn't give them the fulfillment that they are looking for. And we need to stop pretending, because you cannot judge men for how they are by nature. If you show a man your nakedness, and we are all adults, you definitely know for sure that you're going to get him interested in, sexual relationships. But if you want a man to take you seriously, you need to carry yourself in a certain way that he knows, okay, this is a woman that is different to the other women, and this is a woman that I want to invest my time, effort, and love into, and respect her and treat her the way she needs to be treated, instead of presenting yourself as a stripper, a hooker, whatever, and then expecting a man, knowing how they are, to now value you and put you on a pedestal and treat you like the so-called queen, the princess, right? It's not going to work. Recently, I reacted to this video of a young woman who used to, I'm not sure if she still does it, but she used to do OnlyFans, and she used to record herself having intercourse with multiple different people. And that was the lifestyle that she was living. That was the way she was making her money. And she talked about how she's actually regretting the choices that she made, and she's not happy. She's actually even more ashamed than she would have ever thought. And she understands the position that she has chosen to put herself in, because in real life, when it's not on the internet, when it's not on Instagram, when it's not on OnlyFans, people don't take her seriously, and especially men don't take her seriously, because no one in his right mind who has a great reputation, who has worked to become the person that they are, is going to take someone serious like that. You cannot go around and showing your family, oh, this is the woman I want to take serious. This is the woman I want to add into my life. This is the woman I want to create a family with. But she has this past of being, doing this and that on the internet. No one is going to want to do that. No man in his right mind is going to want to put himself in that position, especially hardworking men who are successful, men who had to make their money and create value in the right way. The only type of men you will attract are most likely the men you don't want to get with, right? These are exactly the men that you actually want to shy away from. But if you put yourself in that position, exactly that type of group of men that you will be attracting, right? So overall, I think in the society and the generation that we are living in right now, attention is everything, right? Attention means so much to people that they would do things that is actually uncomfortable. They would do things that they know for sure is not the right thing to do. They would do things to get attention, not thinking about the outcome and the consequences that they might be facing. And some are even so reckless that they do know the consequences and the outcome, and they're still going to do it anyways, because the attention is so much more needed and it's so much more valuable to them than anything else. And reality is, if you look at those types of women, if you go on their Instagrams, you are going to see that they're getting a bunch of attention, right? Of course, attractive women who are showing off their bodies are going to get attention. Who doesn't want to see that? I get that. But you need to ask yourself, what type of attention are these women getting, right? Is it really that good Is this really what you want to die for? Is this really what you want to keep doing? Having lustful men who are not going to respect you, just coming under your comments or sliding into your DMs and sending you messages because they only want to get your body. No one of them is actually interested in getting to know you as a person. No one is there to text you and say, oh, how are you doing actually? How is your day going? I want to be the one taking care of you. I want to be the one in charge and, supporting you and all that stuff. No, they're only getting messages to get them interested in hooking up, and that's it. And I don't see why women are not honest to each other and telling each other, look, girl, I don't think this is what you should be doing. Instead, we are literally telling each other, you go, girl, this is the right thing. Get that attention, do more, get more extreme. But when you face the traumas and all the negativity, you are left alone with that. So it's actually very simple. If men want to be with you and they want to take you seriously, they value you in some way, shape, or form. They respect you. They want you to be their treasure. And a treasure is precious. We don't want to share something that is precious. And this goes for both sides, men and women, actually. We don't want to share something that is precious to us with everyone. We don't want to get everyone a free ride for something that you had to pay a high amount for, or that you had to put and invest time and love into it. It doesn't make sense, but this is how men look at it. If you're my girl or my wife, you're precious to me, and I don't want other men looking at you in a lustful way. I don't want you putting yourself in a position that is going to be devastating to yourself and to him, to the reputation in so many areas. It's just a bad deal. But women don't understand it. And even women who are in that industry, when they get into a relationship, most of the time, the guy is going to say at some point, look, I want you to stop the stripping. I want you to stop your OnlyFans. They don't want to take this, right? He's giving you a chance and saying, look, I want you to stop this. I want to take you seriously. I want us to grow something together. But most of the time, women who are too far into this type of lifestyle, it's hard for them to get away from it. They are too much into it. They're so used to it that they have told themselves and their mind and their body, their soul is really just full of being promiscuous that they cannot let it go. And most likely those relationships are going to end. The problem is women don't understand why it ended. They're going to start calling that man insecure, whatever names they have to shame him. But that is not insecurity. That is someone who's actually very sure of himself and very secure. He gives you the standards. He shares his standards with you and his priorities. Now it's your choice to say, I want to follow along or not. That is actually very secure. So many women are used to men simping for them and running after them that they think that is secure. No, that is not secure. A guy who's going to let you dress up in a very bad manner, put yourself in a very dangerous position, and just lets it happen and even, advise you to go for that, that person doesn't really care for you. That person is weak and not strong enough to tell you, these are my boundaries. I don't want this. I'm not going for this. But well, we live in a crazy world nowadays. This is just, I don't know. I'm finding it's hard for me to find words to really explain what is going on. But I think in general, women need to get their act together. And if you choose to do this, because we are in a frail world, really everyone can do what they want as long as you're not harming anyone else. But if you really choose to tap into this life, deal with the consequence. Don't turn around and start blaming men for this. Don't turn around and start shaming men for the choices that you have made. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Have a good one, everyone. See you in the next one. Bye.